Being bricked up in the big 25 in this day and age, especially with all these makeup tutorials, and you still look burly, which is okay. We've all been there. I'm not excluded. But today I'm going to show you how at least to get somewhat of a technique down, because I know I took a while to get where I am, but it's okay. We're gonna get you together. Before we start the video, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell, because you're literally the Notre Dame. Hit that bitch. Number 2, follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Keldanklein, and let's go fix your brickitis. What you're gonna grab is an Elmer's glue stick, and make sure you swipe it back and forth. Make sure you're coating every single hair in your brow. If you have thick brows, keep going until you have everything covered. Grab a flat angled surface and swipe the hairs up. I would usually use a brow spoolie, but I don't have one. So just grab something that's flat with a little edge and just swipe it up until there's a nice layer of glue. Get all the clumps out. Make sure all the hairs are laid down flat. If it's up, then it's stuck. If it's stuck, then it's up. Keep going up. And you want to do this depending how thick your brows are. Done the first layer of just laying it down, we're gonna wait until it completely dries to do the next one. Depending how bushy your brows are, the more layers you're gonna want to do. All you're gonna do is just swipe upwards, following where you laid them initially, because you don't want to swipe down because you're literally ruining what you just did. We're swiping off all of the glue that is not touching or near the brow, all around the eye. Now that all the excess glue is off, you're just gonna lick your finger.
Ooh, piece of candy.
All you wanna do is smooth out the glue, pretty much blending in, making the glue seamless so then it lays more evenly. The third layer is completely dry. I literally asked my mom, I was like, can I use your concealer? And she was like, what's concealer? And she pulled out, it's called Maybelline Corrector. So all we're gonna do is twist. All we're doing is pressing it onto it. You're pressing the concealer on top. Many people use powder for their brows. I don't really use powder because I find it goofy. Drag is literally about getting to point A to point B. Doesn't matter what you do or what you use. As long as you get from A to B, that's all that matters, okay? We're only gonna put foundation on the top half of the face at the moment, but we're gonna use Rimmel London Lasting Finish in shade I Don't Know, but it matches me, so that's all that matters.
Hey.
Let the foundation oxidize because working on brows while it's wet is such a dumb move. So if you do that, stop it because you're dumb. So we're gonna do brows. A perfect tip for brows that I see people doing is that they don't use the first half of their natural brow, which is a perfect guide for starters who don't know where to place your brows, or they make it too bricky. Now, a tip for brows is that the more it arches, the more feminine it will look. Now, some girls can get away with it being straight and thick, but rarely. You are not Naomi Smalls. You are not Plastic Tiara. You not paint like them. You need to learn your face before you paint like them, because you won't look like them, okay? Okay, so what we're gonna do, see the natural brow underneath? We're gonna go on top of it, okay? And you're just gonna wanna bring it up and then kind of give it a little curve like that, see? And all you're gonna do is darken the tail, lighten the front. Follow this curve, bring it up, and use it. Bada bing, bada boom. Sometimes the tails of the brows get really fucking ugly, and that's the beauty of literally carving them out. This part right here, we're gonna shave it. We're gonna shave it, okay? Grab your concealer, we're gonna cut this shit. I usually start at the tip of the arch, and I usually just cut the tail like that, okay? Blend it into the eye. Bam! Before I do the next brow off camera, you might be wondering, how do you make the brows look like siblings? That is not my bridge to cross right now, you know? That is your learning curve, but maybe I'll do a video on it. But at the moment, I'm gonna put me first and I just wanna finish the brows. Bitch, this is nasty. These brows are fucking nasty to a T, girl. I'm gonna show you how to do this halo-esque kind of look using coral and light blue. The coral shade I'm using is Fuck from the Jawbreaker palette of Jeffree Star. And all you're gonna do is start with the inner corner, packing in the coral color is pretty bright. And all we're doing is buffing out that coral until it becomes nice and smoky. The color Koi, I'm gonna put the palette here because I don't really know the name right now, but we're just gonna start darkening that coral color and just buffing it out even more. The shade Dinner, all we're doing is deepening the halo eye even more. But this time we're just going in the corners of the eye. Not too much. Not too much. I said not too much. I already cut this eye because God forbid I want to make sure I look good before I show you. Using Cute from the Jawbreaker palette, all we're doing is just adding the blue into the crease. Now that the eyes are pretty much done for now, all we're doing is just finally doing the bottom half of the base using the same Rimmel London foundation. Using the Kat Von D Shade and Light contour palette, using the shade Spice, I'm gonna show you where to place your contour. So, the eye goes up like this. My contour, I like to follow the eye shape. I'm just gonna drag it down. The 3, you know how people say do the 3? I do the 3. Now, a good tip for contouring, if you have a very narrow, sharp, defined face, you're going to want to make it more curve it, soften the sharpness. If you have a fuller, bigger face, you want to cut that shit up, because that's how you emphasize the shadow. Rounder face, more sharper face, the more you want to soften the curve. Grab the back end of my beauty sponge, and all I'm gonna do is just blend back and forth. I always do my contour first before my highlight, so then I can blend my highlight with the contour. Grab your lightest concealer, put it underneath the eye, up here, tip, here, here, down here, and up here. So grabbing a white foundation just to really help it blend together. We just finished the highlighting with concealer. I think that's pretty self-explanatory where to place it. We're gonna start powder contouring. Grab a light, warm shade. I'm using eyeshadow, and you're just gonna start buffing out that triangle shape that's already there. I'm just gonna start buffing that bitch out. Bring it up to the temple to really add more oomph, going in with a deeper brown than before. And we're just making a tiny, tiny triangle.
Hello, Dubai.
Going back to the Jeffree Star Jawbreaker palette, we're gonna go back in with Fuck, the coral color as blush. And all we're doing, tapping, follow the shape. It is quite a sheer blush. I'm gonna go in deeper after this with an even more orangey kind of tinge, just to make the peach more. The more blush you wear in drag, I find it to be more pussy. But like when it's natural every day, you look like a mess. And we're going in with more liquid to blend out the blush. You don't have to do this, but I do it. Keep creating that fake cheekbone. All we're doing, more blush, girl. Using the highlighter from the James Charles palette, all we're doing, highlight. All we're doing is grabbing some white and just pretty much making the fake brow bone just to really emphasize the brow. Boom. Ugh. Boom. Ugh. Boom. Ugh. Boom. Ugh. Boom. Grab something that is white, pure white. If it's something that's liquid or powder, whatever it is, grab it and put it in that inner corner right there. You see where that is? Put the white right there. I did some off-screen mining and I did my nose contour and I did under eye highlights just to really add more dimension to the face. One of the biggest rules to help with losing the brickiness is a dimension. Knowing how to carve, knowing where to highlight, knowing where to emphasize is literally a learning curve that can really help you soften the face if that's what you're trying to do, or make it even more detailed. I think that helped me learn my makeup style is watching those old Drag Race makeup tutorials they used to post every elimination, and I would watch every single one and pick out little details I like from every single person's look. Like I used to draw my lips like Crystal Method for the longest time until I learned my mouth shape, the one I wanted to do. The biggest tip I can give to people when they do their makeup is know your face. That's all you need to learn for makeup, is knowing your face, what shapes you look good in. So that's why it's always good when people say practice, they truly mean practice. So you know your face, the dimensions, the highlights, what brow shape looks the best on you. You know, it's all about learning, and I used to hate when people say practice makes perfect, but it truly does. I used to do 3 makeup looks a night, and it would take me 3 hours to do it. So 9 hours, girl. I was in the trenches, but we're gonna do some lips, and I'm gonna quickly show you how to do my lips, and then we'll do the final look. I know some people really hate when people don't wipe off the foundation off their lips, and honestly, I could care less because I don't. Grabbing a random brown, we're gonna start lining the lips. This is the inside of my actual lip, and I just pretty much curve up like this. This lipstick I do not know the name of. It's called Nude and it's red. If you want to do an ombre kind of lip, grab a lighter shade of red, put it in the middle, and keep adding until you have the desired shade. Grab any kind of lip gloss and waterboard that bitch. I'm gonna lock in and do my eyeliner off camera because I really need to focus, but I'm gonna quickly show you how to do my inner corner cat eye, because when you do a cat eye, it literally changes your eye. Where the white starts. That's all it is. Do that, add a wing, you're good to go. This is the final look, and baby, yes, these are jeans. The jeans were passed down from offspring to offspring. This is the good jeans. This is the look. It was such a good, fun video. I feel very patriotic. I'm not American, I'm Canadian. But this is the look. If you guys enjoyed this video, if it gave you advice, if it gave you tips or anything like that, please let me know, because why wouldn't you? I'm gonna go give some good jean